Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out of the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski, and I went out of order because I'm struggling today.
Yeah.
But we should probably bring up our sponsors first, because that's the right thing to do, you dummy. Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and I love fries. This is where I'm supposed to say I'm Rick, and that's Jay and stuff. So we're off to a rip-roaring start.
I saw you jump on the Zoom, and I said, oh, boy.
Yeah.
You just had the
I'm
look
looking
of,
rough.
You had the look of someone that had been out.
Oh, you know the other reason, and I just thought of this, and it kind of makes sense, is I haven't taken my allergy pill today.
Oh, that could do it, too. Yeah, we'll say that's it.
Oh, it's not. It's only a part of it. But I was like, man, I kind of feel off even more than, the post-wedding type things.
Yeah.
But man.
Yes.
But
that's so funny. That's I can't wait to hear about it. That I'm bummed I couldn't be at Connor McKnight's wedding because I still have the COVID lingering stuff. But man, you look like you had a good time. Let's just put it that way.
I did.
But thanks, thanks everybody for joining us. We are on all social medias at I'm Fat Pod. That includes TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We've got our TeePublic shop. I'm sure there's a sale coming soon. Mm-hmm. I think it's this week, actually. We will post.
Oh, is it one of those day that ends in Y?
Yes, it is. Yes,
sales that they have all the time.
As soon as it's on sale, we will tweet about it. We'll Facebook about all that stuff. So get some cool I'm Fat Podcast merch. We've got our Patreon page, patreon.com/I'mFatPod. If everybody that listened pledged $1 a month, that would be really good for me and Rick. We would appreciate that. And what else? I think that's all right. I think we covered everything else. Email us, imfatpod@gmail.com, and the fat phone, 708-858-3314. All right, I think it's everything.
I had been asked this week, hey, where can I find the fat map? That you can find on our link tree.
Yes, and I have not put Boss Dogs in there yet. I have yet to do that, but I will do it as soon as we wrap up today. So that will be fun. Everyone can look forward to that. I got to put Franklin's Pie Place on the map too, because I went there today. But that's not where we're going to start. How was the wedding? How are you doing?
Okay.
I want to hear all about it.
I'm doing okay.
And you sent me a picture of what appeared to be food. It looked like an earlobe-sized piece of steak.
So what happened is I cut a piece off, and then I was like, I gotta send a picture to Jay.
Okay, all right.
So it was already partially cut, but yes. So should I go chronologically here or start with the food?
Oh, go slow.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
All right. So this we've known about this wedding for quite a while now, and
this is where the suit drama was coming from, for those that don't know.
Oh, my God. All the suit. The suit drama was for Connor's wedding, which actually the suit ended up being the least stressful part of it.
The suit.
Yeah, I got the suit at a Men's Warehouse, and it worked out really well and got compliments on it at the wedding. So that was, the guy that ended up, I think his name was Dave at the Oakbrook one.
Okay.
That's a good guy to go to. But I had stressed day of, because I'm like, okay, shoes are set, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all I'm doing is I'm taking the white shirt and I'm throwing it in the dryer. So I go downstairs in my building, have something that's damp with it, just try and, take care of some of the wrinkles. I don't know what was in this dryer. And I'm mad that I didn't inspect more before kind of just tossing the thing in there for a couple minutes. Something blue was in there. I don't know if it was a blanket or something like that, where it left residue and whatever.
Oh,
so
it was it was like lint.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you text me my shirt got ruined in the dryer. I'm like, that wouldn't. I thought you were talking about a color ran on it.
Oh,
like when you wash a white shirt with a red shirt and the red.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
It kind of maybe, and I don't know, maybe there's elements of it from the lint or whatever, but Yeah, it was not great. So essentially it would have taken way too long, and I didn't have enough time because I had to write yesterday too. So there's that. So I'm like, I don't have a second white shirt. So I'm freaking out here because, like because of the attire, it's like, okay, should be a white shirt here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to bite the bullet price wise. I'm just going to go somewhere where I'm sure they have a shirt that fits me. So I went to DXL. And it's XL in size and XL in price.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Unless they're a sponsor someday. And then it's very reasonable.
Right. Oh, then it's great. Yeah,
more material. You got to pay more for it.
Right. Right. Be reasonable, people. So I go there, and there's like one guy working. And there's like 4 people at different ends of the store. So I'm like, okay. So he finally gets over to me, and he like takes the oh my God, I can't. The tape measure thing. Yep. Yeah. And just like, okay, let's take a look at your neck. He's like,
can you find it?
Right. Yeah, pretty much. So he's like, okay, here's your measurements. Let's try and find you a shirt. So he finds me a shirt, and I'm like, I'm going to try it on. And for one thing, I'm like, mind you, I had a shirt on underneath, like a shirt with a collar on underneath. So it like just emphasized how see-through the shirt was.
Oh yeah.
So I'm getting anxiety about that. Also, I took the time to get the nice fitted suit and whatever and tailored. This shirt, I must have the neck for a 450-pound guy because this shirt was like, I put it on and it looked like I was wearing a dress poncho.
That's my problem too.
Yeah, so I had to try and like tuck everything in properly and whatever to try and make. Because it's like, I'm big enough as is. And at that wedding, I did text you this.
Yes, you did.
Not the fattest person here. Yes. I was definitely on the podium, but I wasn't the fattest.
You're on the medal stand?
Yes. Was it Z-Pack told me, he's like, you're the guy that's in the meme that's in 3rd place that has the champagne and is spraying it all over himself. Yeah. That was me. So long story short is I just go with the shirt, but it is wrinkled to all hell. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, now I got to budget time to iron this thing and whatever. And I feel like ironing is one of those things where when you're thinking about it, it's much tougher and takes more time than in actuality.
Yes.
Like, cause like for me, I was like, cause I don't iron often at all. I haven't ironed in like 5 years at least.
Yeah. And I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Yeah. Oh, I have no clue what I'm doing.
We have a steamer,
I'm pretty much
thank
like,
God.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, let's just take care of this, whatever. And it was at that moment that I started to calm down a little bit when I'm like, okay, this shirt actually looks presentable. I'm here on time. Good.
Yeah, good.
Go, got dressed, looked halfway respectable, which is a statement for me to say about myself. Went to get the COVID test, cleared that, so we're all good. And then everything's pretty much good, like anxiety-wise from there on. But that anxiety, like I was texting with you, and I don't know if it came through. I was like,
oh yeah,
I was
You're
on
like,
one.
My anxiety's on 10. I could tell you were, even via text, I could tell you were. And dude, I would have been the same way.
I legitimately almost didn't go. There was a point in time where I almost didn't go because I was like so anxious.
I've been there. And normies, I know we have normies that listen to this. You have to understand, for fat guys, even like me and Rick we're not like bedridden fat people. We're normal American fat people. We can't just like walk into a store and buy a shirt.
Right.
Like, I can't walk into a Target and find a dress shirt. Now and again, maybe there'll be one that fits me okay. But if we're talking about formal wear, we have to get fitted for everything because our proportions are weird. I'm a 36-29 in my pants. Those are basically shorts for like normal people, you know?
Yeah.
So how do I find things that look good? I also get the elephant ears on my pockets on my pants a lot.
Yes.
Like that's another thing.
That happens so much.
Yeah.
I'm just in the interest of transparency, was it 46, 31?
Okay.
I think it's 31 on the pant length.
Okay.
But yes. The waist is sizable.
Yeah, and what you mentioned with the shirt is if you've got it, I've always had a big neck, always. And when you find a shirt with a neck big enough, you are buying the tarp. Like it is a tarp attached to a collar.
Do you remember what your neck size is?
I think I'm 18 and a half.
Yeah, I was a 20.
Wow.
Because he's like a 20 if you're wearing a tie. He's like, if this is a shirt you're gonna wear a tie with, then a 20.
Yeah.
So
It's not easy.
So it was like 20 and then like 34, 35 for the arm length.
I look at somebody like Connor McKnight, and I'm like, that's the kind of guy who can walk into a store, buy a shirt off a rack, and it's going to look great on him. You know?
Yeah. Maybe he has to get a tall at most.
Yeah.
Depending
true.
on the shirt.
Yeah. That's probably his problem is like the inseam. He's probably like a 26, 35 or something.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite
Seriously.
of us.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the suit worked out. So tell me about,
Yes.
let's get to what the important part of things here. What was the menu?
Okay. So after the ceremony, which was very nice, whatever, getting married, the whole thing.
That'll deal.
Yeah. We go up to the, there was like a different room to go into for cocktail hour. And I am greeted at the door with a like little, almost like a double shot, maybe a little more than that, of it's whiskey sour. And it has candied bacon on top of it. Just like a piece of candied bacon just like laying on top of the thing. The bacon was fantastic.
Should have gone.
Yes, you should have. The food was just awesome.
Good.
It was really, really good. So there was that. They were bringing around. I'm trying to think of the different things they brought around.
Did you eat your salad?
There was no salad.
Wow. They're thinking about you, Rick.
I know. I appreciate Connor for that. So in the cocktail hour, they brought around, there was like beef Wellington, like little like mini beef Wellingtons.
Oh, man.
There was like smoked salmon on a little like piece of bread, a little mini crostini type deal. What was the other thing that there was like little chicken empanadas.
Oh,
dude, it was fantastic.
All right.
There might've been something else that I'm forgetting. Then we go for dinner and it starts out with soup and it was basically like a tomato bisque type deal.
Okay.
So it was fine.
Easy peasy.
Like it was
satisfies everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Here for it. Then that picture of that gorgeous steak that I sent you, which was delicious. And I was sitting next to Dan Bernstein, so I got to hear him critique all the food, which actually wasn't like everything was really good, so it wasn't quite as painful to sit next to Dan. But
I disagree, but okay.
Okay. So he called it the best steak he's ever had at a wedding.
All right. Nice.
Yeah. Or one of. It was either one of or the. Okay. But it was really, really good. A little rarer than I normally have, but I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna eat the damn thing.
Yeah.
And there was like mashed potatoes, and then the other stuff on the green stuff that was on there. Yeah, the decorative stuff. I ate the decorative stuff, but I looked at everybody at the table. I'm like, I'm going to need a non-disclosure agreement from everybody about me eating green things.
Yeah, it's bad for your brand.
Yeah. And then just a standard like chocolate cake, white icing. It was like some sort of special kind of icing. And then there was like a little sweets table that had like macaroons and all this other stuff at it. Really good. Drinks were great.
Awesome.
Very well done. It was honestly a blast. And getting to see some of our former SCORE colleagues again, just like obviously Connor's wedding.
Yeah.
Kevin Zepak was there. Adam Harris was there. Dennis Gambino was there. So really, really a lot of fun.
That's great. Was there here's the thing that really like solidifies a wedding for me. And this is more of a Southside thing. So maybe he didn't do this. Was there like a late night junk food delivery?
There was not.
Okay. Like my wedding, my Uncle John ordered.
At least not that I remember. Let's put it that way.
He ordered like 10 crave cases, and they just came in. And then whose wedding was it?
Lawrence's was pizza.
Lawrence's was pizza and donuts. And then my cousin Elise, I believe it was Elise. I have 7,000 cousins, so it's hard to keep track. They had a hot dog cart come outside.
Oh, that's clutch.
And you could just walk up and order. It was Fat Tommy's in Mount Greenwood. You could just walk up and order whatever you wanted.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. But it was so funny. Our wedding, I like looked around like there's White Castle here. And my Uncle John's like, yeah. It's just like everyone's like, yeah. Everyone freaking out, So that was great. So yeah, it's a big thing.
Was that the Uncle John that I met?
That was his son. John running the COVID test was his son, John.
Okay.
He's John Jr. And now there's John
Gotcha.
the third that was just born. He just became a father, my cousin John. So anyway, I'm glad it was fun. I'm sorry I missed it. I really last night was as much as I get anxious about public events, I was looking forward to seeing everybody, but I'm still testing positive. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I got to be careful, and I would never forgive myself. So anyway, I'm glad you had fun. After our last podcast, we talked about Undercover Brother, which you referred to as the Citizen Kane of this generation.
Yes, and I stand by it.
But what was funny in the conversation is we're talking about that in Heavyweights, and you go, well, Heavyweights is like an actual good movie. So that night, I'm like, all right, I'm in the basement by myself. It's Hope's night to watch the Olympics upstairs. She is an Olympic nut. So, whatever. So I put on Heavyweights, and entertaining. I like that Ben Stiller is the same guy in this movie as he was in Dodgeball. They're like the same exact guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's like a more athletic version.
You did not tell me how hot the nurse was in that movie.
She is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She was
right up the old alley.
Yeah, the nurse in Heavyweights is like perfectly 90s hot. And I'm a hack here, and I did not look up her name before we started, so I'm gonna look it up now. But if you've seen the movie, and I'm sure you have, Leah Lail is her real name, Leahlail, and just everything that made the 90s attractive is her.
Yes.
But funny as hell, positive message,
Yeah.
I mean, Ben Stiller was the one trying to get them all to be skinny, but teamwork, we're all friends, let's work together to get things done. At the end, the fat guy gets the girl.
Yep.
And all your fat actors are in it. There's Goldberg the goalie, whatever that guy's name is. Keenan is in it. Mm-hmm. The kid who was the main kid, Jerry, was that his name?
Yeah.
Is now a skinny. Now he's a normie now, so we won't talk about him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like a kind of built actually. But I enjoyed it. It was a perfect, mindless kids movie.
Yeah. Exactly. When you think 90s kids movie, that is exactly it.
Slapstick humor, plenty of nut shots,
Yes.
My criteria for this movie's bad if there's two criteria. If there is a nut shot in the trailer,
yes.
Or if the song Wipeout is used in any way, shape, or form throughout the movie.
Yes.
Right? Okay, this is bad. But it's Heavyweights was on the same plane as I'm not gonna put it in the same category as Sandlot, but the same kind of very
feel.
innocent PG, nothing too racy, but I enjoyed it. And to see super young Keenan was cool.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And I said Hope came down. I'm like, look, it's Keenan. She's like, that's not Keenan. I'm like, that is Keenan. And sure enough, he was great in it. And I really enjoyed Heavyweights. So Rick, you're 2 for 2 on your movie recommendations. So if
problem is I only know 4 more movies.
If Undercover Brother is Citizen Kane, what is Heavyweights? Godfather?
Ooh.
Cool Hand Luke?
Maybe a half step down, maybe Goodfellas.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, it was good. I'm glad I watched it. And I truly enjoyed it. There were a couple times I had to stop what I was doing. I paused it. Didn't want to miss anything. Came back to it. Funny movie.
And then you get the random Jeffrey Tambor at the beginning and the end too, and he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he was great. Pop gets a treat. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Heavyweights, 5 stars, great fat entertainment. Do it up.
Yeah. You just said something that real quick. So I was looking at the fan page this week, and someone posted a picture of someone that ordered an inflatable mattress, and
I saw this. Yes.
It was the guy who commented and said, or left a review and said, "I bought this because I was drunk and it looked like an ice cream sandwich." When you made the Arrested Development reference, I immediately went there.
It did look like an ice cream sandwich. You're right. I think he said he was high, not drunk. Either way,
yeah.
He's like, I thought I was buying a $150 ice cream sandwich, which had to be good. Hey, you're in the market for a car? You should be. Mazda of Orland Park is your place to go. 8910 West 159th Street. Give Eric Vates a call, 708-444-3200, Mazda of Orland Park.com. Drove by today, saw lots of new cars on the lot. That beautiful showroom. Go pay them a visit. Look, I bought a Mazda from them in 2015, long before the MFAT podcast, long before Eric and company became advertisers on the MFAT podcast, and I'm going to shop there for life. I have had such a great experience with them. By the way, this week, what day was it? Friday. I said to Hope, I got to get out of the house. I've got to leave for a little bit. I've been stuck in here. So I go for a ride, and the roads are still pretty bad. So I get a flat tire, like toast. Like I had to like into a parking lot, and I'm driving on snow, which was horrible. So part of what they have is called the rideshare program, rideshare program. So I pull in, it's right up there in my oil change sticker. Call the number. 20 minutes later, there's a tow truck there. Tows it to Discount Tire for free. It's all part of the ownership experience at Mazda of Orland Park. So check them out. Call Eric, 708-444-3200. Join Mazda Nation. I think they call it Zoom Nation officially. Get yourself a CX-5, get yourself a CX-30, or wait till the spring when that brand new CX-50 is coming out. It looks awesome. And speaking of things that are coming out, Rick.
Yes.
One of my favorite country artists, and you know I like indie country. His name is Joshua Hedley. He is a staple around Nashville, performs all over the place, very much in the mold of classic country music. It sounds like George Jones kind of stuff and older than that even. Well, on his new album, he's going like 90s country, like Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, like that style.
Like a little more like rock-ish.
Rockish, but not what it is now, not bro country.
Right. No.
Josh is saying like this 90s era is like the last bastion of real country, so he's making an album like that. His first single is called Neon Blue. Check it out. If you're into that 90s country, you'll love it. But Robert's Western World is one of the two places I'll go in Nashville because they're genuine honky tonks that play genuine country music. So Layla's is my favorite, and right next door is Robert's. Robert's is famous for their fried bologna sandwiches. Like when you go there, you order it at the bar with your beer, and everybody gets a fried bologna sandwich. So for this new album, Josh Hedley's vinyl record is going to look like a giant piece of bologna. So it's like pink, and it's got, little grains and little... It is so funny. It is such a great idea. He plays there all the time. So I'm very much looking forward to my bologna record arriving next month. And I wonder, can you make it scented? If I pop that open, it's not a great smell, but you got to add to the experience.
That's true.
Yeah. So I love that. It's like such a creative idea for a guy that plays there all the time. Because everyone's doing something special with their vinyl now. Right. It's red or it's see-through, or a big thing is like the Coke bottle, whatever. The bologna record from Joshua Hedley is outstanding. It is such a hilarious idea. And Josh, he would fit on this podcast. He's not quite to me or you level, but he's a good probably 230, 235. Yeah, I saw him at Shuba's a couple years ago, and he is fantastic. So check him out. If you're into actual country music, I promise you, if you're into the really older stuff like George Jones, Willie, that sort of stuff, you're going to like the album Mr. Jukebox. And if you're into Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson, all that stuff, check out the new single Neon Blue. And that's the name of the new album too, which I think comes out in March. I'm pretty sure. So check it out. It's awesome. I'm so glad that he's doing this. It is such a hilarious idea. And the execution, I've seen the preview photos, and it looks
You're in favor of it?
It looks like a big old slab of bologna, which was my nickname in college. As you know.
Right. Because, someone with the name Jay definitely needs a nickname to shorten it.
Yeah, it's too long. Jay is too long.
Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can get through this, because all of a sudden I am struggling here with the old allergies.
Oh, boy.
But, all of a sudden my eyes kind of started watering, and, throat's a little phlegmy. So that's fun. This has made the rounds, but we have to, everybody sent it to us, and we appreciate it. From the New York Post, headline: Iowa man sentenced to life in prison after killing his friend in a fight over mayonnaise.
Yes. This is not funny, but it is.
It 100%.
I'm very sorry that the guy's dead, and he did not deserve it, regardless of which side of the argument he was on. But this is undeniably funny.
Yes. Okay. So to try and summarize this without necessarily reading the whole thing, two guys are out at a bar, and one guy gets mad at the other when it, without asking, spreads mayo on the other guy's food. Other guy gets mad, starts a fight. So this is, you have the bar fight, you have all this going on, and so apparently the guy who spread the mayo, that was, I'm assuming, the receiver of the first punch in said bar fight, threatened to set the other guy's house on fire and shoot him.
Reasonable.
Yeah, it seems fairly reasonable.
Sure, yeah.
So then, guy who made the threat, the instigator of all this, who spread the mayo, runs over the other guy who did not want the mayo on his food with his truck, and then decides to be like, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna be thorough here. Let's come back and let's run him over again.
Okay, sure.
So that happened.
So the mayo assassin, the guy who put the mayo on the guy's sandwich, is the guy who killed the guy.
Correct.
So this poor guy just wanted to eat his sandwich, and this
Sans
jamoke
mayo. Yeah.
puts mayonnaise on it and then runs him over with his truck. Life in prison is adequate. And I think you could make the argument that he should have gotten that for spreading mayo on a sandwich in the first place. I don't care, regardless of our feelings on mayo, don't touch another person's food.
Right.
Don't put things on my sandwich that I didn't ask for. I don't care how, like, you would never do that to me. I would never do that to you. Like, hey, Rick, here's some peanut butter on your sandwich. You would run me over, and rightfully so. I mean,
that's the number one thing to take away. The number two thing to take away, don't kill people.
Well, yes. I mean, second to not spreading things.
Yeah.
You don't want to ruin a man's food. That's just, that is, wow, that's I don't think you mentioned the state. Can I take a guess? It's not Florida.
Sure.
I don't think it's Florida.
No, much closer to home.
Okay, I'm going to say Central Indiana.
Nope. Wrong side.
Oh, Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair enough.
Iowa man, new category.
Iowa man. Yeah.
At least there weren't bath salts involved, at least as far as we know.
Yeah.
Actually, no, if it was bath salts, he would have eaten the guy.
God, that's truly, like, jokes aside, what the hell? Like, I'm just going out to dinner. Like, I didn't expect to get run over tonight twice and die. Right. What the I mean, what is wrong with people? I guess this stuff's been going on forever. Now it just gets noticed more.
Dumber.
And people are incredibly aggressive now because everyone's feeling threatened. But oh my God, that's an insane story. Ugh. Yeah. All right, let's cleanse the palate here. And yesterday I was perusing the old Instagrams as I do, and our friends at I Love Fries, published something absolutely magical. Okay,
yes, they did.
Let's get the particulars out of the way first. I Love Fries, 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. Follow them on Instagram at I Love Fries HQ. ILOVEFRYS HQ. For the Super Bowl next Sunday, they are serving pizza box fries. Now, what I'm looking at here is a giant pizza box, obviously, of French fries.
Checks out.
I see so it's kind of divided into four sections. Top left is elotes. Top right appears to be the chicken with shredded cheese. The bottom right is bacon and cheddar. And then the other part is plain, and there's these dips on here. Looks like cheddar, ketchup, aioli, and maybe like a cilantro ranch or something. Or a chipotle ranch. If you want to win your Super Bowl party, go to I Love Fries, order this pizza box fries. It's only available on Super Bowl Sunday. You're probably going to want to call and reserve one, but check them out. I Love Fries HQ. It looks fantastic. Remember too, every Friday this month, they've got the sausage and peppers fries, which I saw the picture of for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah.
come on. It looks perfectly cooked. The sausage is beautiful. The peppers look really soft and well grilled. You're going to want to, you owe it to yourself to try I Love Fries if you've not yet, and try those pizza. I was going to do it, but I'll never be able to get home with those and have them be fresh. I just live too far. So I need to live vicariously through someone. So someone please go try these pizza box fries and let us know how they are. They look so damn good. Oh, I'm so envious that I can't get those. I really am.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's like I can put away a lot of fries, but
that's a lot for one
need
person.
some help.
Are you doing anything
I
for?
need some help.
You doing anything for the big
not
game?
Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know.
Yeah, Addie's like, we gotta have people over. I'm like, I'd love to. I don't know if anyone wants to come here. Our house is, I gotta get like hazmat this place now. Now that her and I both had COVID, so I hope we have some people over. That would be a lot of fun. I don't know. It's nice it's the first time in my life where I can just watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like not in my life, but my first time in my career where the Super Bowl is like not a huge thing for me. And I can just kind of watch it casually and not keep notes. Not that I always felt that way though. Like, oh, I got to really, you don't break down the game.
No.
Unless something astronomically weird happens. And in that case, everyone knows it anyway.
It's more the fun stuff anyway.
Yeah, exactly. The commercials.
It's, odd commercials or, weird broadcast things.
Right. Well, that's the thing I was always afraid of missing. Like, is there going to be some weird comment during the broadcast? But hey, we live in the age now where people find it for you.
Yes.
They just kind of put it out there.
And also, it's not going to wreck the show if you don't have that one thing.
Oh, no, it's going to.
Because if it's good enough and big enough, it'll be somewhere.
Yeah. I have two more things that I need to get to. What do you got? What do you have remaining on your plate, so to speak?
I actually have I have nothing remaining on my plate. I was going to go to the donut place.
You're in the clean plate club. That's what my mom used to call it.
I was gonna go to the like make your own donut place today, and then in my fairly hungover state, I was just like, I need to get home. I need to lay down, and then I had to write an article too.
You guys have to.
Like, great.
This is a great week to jump on YouTube and just watch Rick suffer. Just
I'm actually like not like hungover. I don't feel bad like traditional. I don't get the headaches.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
like it's just the like kind of like achy and you
Yes.
just like feel like it's still all in your stomach. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
And it's also the allergy pill thing is definitely doubling down.
Okay. Well, I'll get through these quick and then we'll ask a fat and we'll leave so you can recover. Taste tested something this week. And remember last week I did the Reese's snack cakes on TikTok. They're really good. And then when I got those, I noticed the Reese's big cups, the Reese's peanut butter cups with potato chips in them.
Yes.
And they were really good. Hope said they're better than original Reese's. She said they're the best she's ever had. They're her favorite.
Wow.
I did not like them that much because I think all it really did was sort of add a crunch and a little bit of saltiness, but Reese's peanut butter is already pretty salty because it is designed to be like not for a sandwich. It's more for a dessert. It's made to go with chocolate. But if you're into that sort of stuff, try these big cups. They're great. I thought that the snack cakes were better, but Hope, my wife, thought that the big cup with the potato chips is better. So, and I know they have pretzel ones too, which I haven't tried yet. And they're selling those in like the little half pouch, like the Ziploc bag with the individuals. Yeah. So you can try the pretzel ones like that. And then the other thing is, I talked about this around...
For all you peanut butter people.
Right. I know you don't care. We went to the Franklin Pie Company, and I talked about this place before Thanksgiving, or after Thanksgiving. We went and got the triple berry pie, and it was great. And then my mom finally tried it. And like the last 4 times I've talked to her, she's not stopped raving about it. So we went there for breakfast. I got the breakfast sandwich, which is a honey butter biscuit, homemade, one of the best biscuits I've ever had, with scrambled egg, cheddar, and bacon. Oh, dude, we've got a picture of it up on the YouTube right now. It is unbelievable. Addie got a cinnamon roll like the size of a toddler. I mean, it's just insane. And then Hope got the crustless quiche.
Okay.
And they've got a bacon cheddar one or a mushroom and Swiss one. She loved it. But then, as we're leaving, we're like, well, we got to get a pie. We're here. So they don't always have everything because they make them fresh to order. And when they're sold out, they're sold out. Mm-hmm. So we got the couch potato pie. Listen to this. Sweet cream custard, chocolate fudge, and potato chip shortbread crust.
Oh, my.
And it's not on here, but the girl told us there's also caramel drizzled on it.
What?
Yes. I cannot wait to try this. I will post a picture of it once I do. Franklin Pie Company, 12306 South Harlem in Palos Heights. It's right next to Franklin's. Also owns the building next to it, which is like a bar and grill or a tap. I forget what exactly it's called. But 123rd in Harlem. It is on the west side of the street. You can't miss it. Franklin's Pie Company. So good. So here are the pies they offer. Apple of my eye, which is your traditional apple pie, traditional butter crust. Gluten-free apple. The triple berry, which is blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Mm-hmm. Oh, the cherry pie. They have banana cream pie, which is what I wanted, but they didn't have. Chocolate silk, which of course is French silk.
Yes.
They have a lemon lime pie with a graham cracker crust. Have you ever heard of lemon lime? I know you worked at Baker Square. Is that something that they had there?
Because they had like lemon meringue. They had
or key lime.
But never lemon lime.
That sounds really good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is the couch potato, which we got. So
interesting.
Go try this place. If you're in the Palos Heights area, do it. That's a pretty good stretch right there from like 127th to like Cal Sag. That stretch of Harlem is very solid food wise. What's the other thing that's right? Oh, those guys. The bakery is right there. Excellent donuts. If you're in anything bakery, those guys has it, and it's fantastic too. So you really can't go wrong. Just go down Harlem and try any of those things. They're really, really phenomenal, and I promise you that you will like them. All right, Rick, is it time to ask the vets?
Let's do it.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat, as always, is brought to you by our buddy Charlie the Bacon Guy. Leave us a message, 708-858-3314, or imfatpod@gmail.com. Here's Charlie with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jake. This week we have maple pepper, rosemary pepper garlic, raspberry chipotle, and honey barbecue. Bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, red wine, and cherry Dr. Pepper. Don't forget about next month's special bacons. Going to be the I'm Fat Podcast jalapeno garlic is coming back, and the stout beer cured bacon will make its return for the month of March. Get your pre-orders in now. I'm only going to make a couple of batches, so get it while you can. Don't forget about your t-shirts, hockey jerseys, stickers, and winter hats. Look forward to hearing from all of you. Have a great week. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Okay, Charlie this week is eating candy
in an oven
while dismembering someone. There's a lot of like...
he's See, I was hearing like the motor or whatever, and I was like, is he inside a fan?
Yeah.
Or like in an oven or something?
I think he's actually hiding in the ducts somewhere. He's hiding in the air ducts, like Mission Impossible or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Die Hard or something.
Yeah, thank you. That is the movie with there. Yes, okay. I'm a dumb. But hey, get yourself some bacon. CharlieTheBaconGuy@gmail.com, @CZTheBaconGuy on Twitter, or @CharlieTheBaconGuy on Instagram. He is based in Woodridge. So if you need a delivery, if you're in the Western Burbs, he'll drop it off. If you're in a city or nearby, you can meet him halfway. Charlie will accommodate you. If that's not an option, $15 flat rate for shipping. Place a big order. It's $15 whether you order a pound or 50 pounds. So order a ton of bacon. It freezes up beautifully. He's got the air seal vacuum packs that the bacon never goes back. I found some Charlie bacon buried in my chest freezer. It must have just slipped to the bottom and we missed it. Took it out, made it this weekend, and it was perfect. So don't be afraid. Like, I don't want to order. I have nowhere to put it. No. You're going to want to get a bunch, get a group together, go on the I'm Fat podcast fan page and get an order together. Podcast. And get an order together with all the listeners. Just do it because you're going to love it. And that jalapeno garlic remains my favorite.
Yes.
It is so good.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So hit him up, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, at CZTheBaconGuy on Twitter, and at charliethebaconguy on Instagram. All right, let's go to the Fat Phone, 708-858-3314.
Hey, Fats, it's Jason from Oshkosh. I wanted to tell you about a little fat hack that I came up with a few years back when we went to an all-inclusive resort, and we are headed to another one soon. When you go to the mini bar, some of these resorts have full-size candy bars in your little mini fridge. So the first day that I recognized this, I took both of them out and put them into my backpack that I usually take onto the plane. After a few days, my wife asked me, have you been eating 2 or 3 candy bars every day? And I looked at her dumbfounded. No, I'm saving them because they refill them every single day. So by the time our week of the trip was done, I had about 18 to 20 full-size Snickers, Milky Way, Reese's candy bars in my carry-on bag for the plane trip home because it's all-inclusive. So if you ever come out to this situation at an all-inclusive resort, use this fat hack. It's well worth it. Plus, you're getting a little bit more money back that way. Have a good one. Thanks.
That's brilliant.
That's a great idea.
I'm always afraid. This is not all inclusive, but when I'm in a hotel to take anything out of the snack bar, it's like,
oh yeah,
that Twix just cost you $25.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't do that.
I know. Like I was at the hotel last night, and it was like it even had a thing on there that said 2 free bottles of water. And I'm like,
wow,
are these actually free? Or like I even hesitated when it said on there, they're free, you idiot.
Yeah, they're free, Rick. Drink this.
Yeah.
And Kevin Garnett gave you a thumbs up for drinking water between your booze. It's the weirdest commercial, man.
It really is.
The Crown Royal. Like, what did Kevin Garnett become the authority on? Not that I don't think of him as a big drinker, but like, he's like looking at a guy threateningly at the bar for drink water.
Right.
Okay.
Right. He's this generation's Chuck Norris in dodgeball.
Yes, exactly. The slow thumbs up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We got one more voicemail here.
Hey, Fats, this is Jake. Picked up a DiGiorno frozen pizza last night, and I was a little taken aback at how much smaller the pizza seemed compared to the last time I baked one. So my question for you guys is, are the DiGiorno pizzas getting smaller? Or are my hands just getting fatter? Keep up the great work.
Maybe a little bit of
yes.
both. Yeah, probably yes.
The answer is yes.
Well,
I noticed that too with the croissant crust one. I thought maybe it's just because it's more of a specialty type crust type thing that maybe that's why. But just in general, they're getting a little more expensive and a little smaller.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The croissant crust, which is great. If you haven't tried it, try it. That's an I'm Fat podcast favorite. It was kind of too big. Like if it's one person, that's a lot of pizza for one person. I don't think it's designed for one person.
Not with that attitude.
But I could see why they would make that smaller. But I just think in general, like a lot of companies are making things smaller. Like, hey, all the Girl Scout cookies just arrived, like for delivery, and those boxes are getting smaller and smaller, and the cookies they're not as many as they used to be. They're probably trying to save us from ourselves, which is probably not the worst idea in the world, but
yeah, or at least that's what they'll claim.
Yeah, I have noticed though for sure that portions have gotten smaller, for sure. All right, we got 2 emails to get to, so let's do that, and then we'll let Rick go sleep.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the Fats.
Frato's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg, 628 South Roselle Road, FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com. Thanks to everybody who took advantage of our cookie sale and got those chocolate strawberry cookies. I cannot wait for mine to arrive. I think they ship out tomorrow. So I will be sitting on my porch waiting for the mail to arrive with my cookies. That's going to be an awesome day. But we've talked a lot about the restaurant Frato's Pizza with the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, and the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese. But I want to spend some time here as Valentine's Day is approaching on the bakery. If you want to win Valentine's Day, go to fratosbakery.com, check out what they have, and place an order for your significant other. It's thoughtful. It's different. It's easy. It is a guaranteed win. Everything they offer in their bakery is fantastic. I'm telling you, the Double Trouble cookie might be my favorite cookie in the world. It's like a white chocolate Oreo mix. It's so damn good. Even the basic chocolate chips, the snickerdoodles, every cookie is individually wrapped. So you don't have to rush through and eat them. They're not going to get stale. They come in 2-pound boxes. They have nice confetti. What do you call it? Like packing paper in there. They're tied beautifully with a rope. You could literally take it out of the mail and hand it to your significant other on Valentine's Day without any sort of wrapping, anything like that. FratosBakery.com. Order some cookies for your significant other. You're gonna totally win Valentine's Day, and you know what that means? Potential sex. And you can thank us for that.
Right.
And then tell us how you did it. Not like describing the actions of it.
Right.
As I picture Homer Simpson doing the sperm dance as he was teaching Bart about but like, yes. Aside from the cookies, what did you do? Like
yes,
what tipped it in? But the phrasing, God, I'm really bad at that.
You are awesome with phrasing.
I loved a couple weeks ago. How do I say this? My wife goes through a certain period. Well, I blew it already. Yeah, I'm really awful at that. Anyway, FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com. But the bakery is your key to Valentine's Day success.
Yes.
Do it up. You will win. All right.
Although if you definitely have the right one, then maybe the burger is.
Yeah, for sure. You can't lose. Everything at Frato's is great. Get yourself a mozzarella stick. You never know what might happen. All right, Rick, I will read these for you because you're struggling. This one's from Michael. Okay. He says, "Hey guys, do you have specific restaurants or meals that you'll think about all day, then be super disappointed if it falls through? For example, I'll spend all day thinking about the wings I'm going to get for dinner, that if the plan falls through, someone could literally offer me any of my other favorite foods and I would still be bummed out."
Yes, that's literally every meal.
Yeah.
If plans fall through, I've clearly been thinking about it, but yes.
Yeah, I have a taste for this person. And I don't eat people, to be clear. To be clear.
There was one of two ways you could have gone with that.
I have a one-track mind when it comes to food. If I have a taste, I have to have that taste. And until I have it, I'm annoyed that I haven't had it. So I'm with you. Right. And it's not always the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just whatever it is, I have to have it. Definitely.
Like, you know what? Really go for some Casey Musgraves today.
That's Shane. If anyone's going to eat and kill Casey Musgraves, it's Shane Reardon.
It's a 1,000,000% true. Yeah. It's like, you know what? I want something similar to Lydia Lovelace, but, just like a little different twang today.
It's a good word. A little different twang. Speaking of twang, this one's from Willie. He says, extremely long-time listener, one might say a P1, and a lover of the podcast, and I interact with you both on Twitter occasionally. One recurring theme in the pod since the beginning is Rick not loving Asian food, saying he'll try some and never doing it. Accurate. Let's get Rick to eat some Asian food. Could be basic Americanized stuff like bourbon chicken, orange chicken, or lo mein, or anything we know he'll like. Rick, start with some chicken or pork pot stickers and go from there. Cheers, fellas, and keep up the great work as always. That's from Willie. How can we get you to eat Chinese food, Rick? What's the secret?
I think it's just when I'm going through figuring out what I want to eat, it just straight up doesn't come to my mind. I'm not actively avoiding it.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't know. And maybe I don't think there is a Chinese restaurant pretty close to me. So,
do you have fear of like the place maybe not being as, I don't know, dependable as you'd want it to be or something like that? Like, do you not trust? Are you afraid it'll be like too authentic maybe or something like that?
I mean, it might be really authentic. Like just literally judging by the facade, the outside of the place, it could be pretty authentic. But I'm not, honestly, like, don't overthink it. It's literally just that I'm not like, you know what? I'm really in the mood to try Asian food today. It's just like, I'm hungry, pizza. I'm hungry, burger.
Pizza's right there.
I'm hungry, burrito. Like, it's like, that's literally how my mind works.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you
it's
on
not
that.
that I'm like actively avoiding. It's just that I'll either have a taste for something or I'll be like, what's on my way home?
Yeah.
And like, much more often than not, like, you know, you're not really going to get like Chinese drive-through, you know, or something like that, to where just like the convenience of other types of food too. So
Yeah, true.
yeah, I'm like, I've said I'm willing to try, but because of course I love trying, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I don't know. Like, it's not a priority for me at the moment. So.
At the Panda Express in the Prudential building where we work, the firecracker chicken is really good. It's like a fried, like really sweet and spicy glazed chicken. And you can just get a bowl with rice and that on top of it. And I think you'd really like that. The firecracker, and it's got a little, I don't know, do you like pineapple?
Yeah, I'm fine with pineapple.
Yeah, so it's spicy chicken, sweet and spicy chicken with pineapple and like onion. But the onion's more there as like they're in. You could eat them, but they're kind of just more to add to the whole taste. And I that's what I get every time I go to Panda. It's really, really good. So, and you're not going to get more gringo than that. I don't know what the Chinese word is for gringo. We need to find out. You know, I'm mixing my cultures here, but the most basic thing, firecracker chicken, and they have firecracker shrimp too, I believe, at Panda. So good stuff. Anyway, that's all I got, buddy. I'm good for this week. I'm tapped out. I know you need to take your allergy pill, and
yeah, I'm sorry for being a little out of it, but you know,
it's fun. You never know what you're going to get. I might have COVID. Yeah. Rick might be hungover. That's the adventures that await you on the I'm Fat podcast.
And it was, to be fair, it was an interest of getting content for the pod.
Exactly. The first third of the podcast was about the wedding last night.
Yeah, and you know, celebrating Connor and for him and Janina and
all that stuff.
Whatever. Yeah. And, you know, she's lovely and was beautiful and all that kind of stuff. Connor looked good, whatever.
Last question. Did Kevin Zepek find a phone to drop kick?
No, he didn't. But we were texting about, because this is like at a really nice place that a lot of like old stuff in there, and we were texting like, what's the most racist thing in this room, or that feels most racist. So that was a thing we did. Oh, and there was this picture that Dan noticed in the room where the ceremony was, where it was George Washington with his horse, and he has his hand on his horse, but for some reason his horse is backwards. So it's like they couldn't have waited for the horse to turn back around to do the painting. So I was like, it's almost like the Goodfellas painting thing. It's like, you got the president looking this way, and then you got the horse looking that way, and then the horse looks back, and it's like, what do you want me to do?
I'm going to look this picture up. I want to see if I can find it. Yes. How strange. Is like the horse looking down? Like it's kind of like its head is bobbed, like he's bowing.
Well, I thought the horse's head was like turned back towards George Washington. Like, seriously, you didn't even let me turn around.
All right, find this picture for me, and we'll post it on the YouTube so people can see it. Like, Google it and see if you can find it. That is so funny.
Okay,
there are a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
you think you found it?
Is he like got his hand on the horse's ass?
Like just above the horse's ass.
Yes, I have definitely found it. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, yes.
Weird.
We'll confirm that this is the right thing and put it up on the YouTube. If you have not watched this on YouTube yet, by the way, do it. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast and subscribe. Mm-hmm. It's that I'm a little behind. I'm going to send out the prize pack winners this week. So you still got time. Send us a picture of your 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, or send us a picture of your subscription to the YouTube channel, and you'll be entered to win an I'm Fat Podcast prize pack, which is like t-shirt, buttons. I might throw in a bar of Dr. Squatch or two. So send that to imfatpod@gmail.com.
I'm due for some new Squatch
New
stuff.
Squatch?
So I'm going to have to, new Squatch. So I'm going to have to do that.
All right, follow us on. I think the promo code still works. If you want to try it,
it?
I'm Fat20. If you're a first-time Dr. Squatch user, you can try it. It might work, it might not, but you got to be a first-time user. That's all I know. Save 20%.
Yep.
All right.
Follow us on all of our social medias at I'mFatPod, I'mFatPod@gmail.com, Patreon, TeePublic. If there's not a sale this second, there will probably be one 20 seconds from now.
Yes.
So that's just the way TeePublic works, and we appreciate them for it. Subscribe. Now, this is just for the podcast, not necessarily for the YouTube. I don't think it benefits. You can just hit subscribe on the YouTube and
Just
be
once.
golden.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the podcast, let's juke the hell out of those numbers. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe again. Leave us a rating. We appreciate that. Leave us a review. We love that as well. So for Jay, I'm Rick. This is the I'm Fat Podcast.
All right, I think we got a lot accomplished here today.